Let's get back to my editorial, top of the hour, where I'm saying, look, the left wants to make this country more like Europe. I don't like it. Joining us now, General Jack Keane. What do you say, General? Would you like America to become more like those Europeans?
Well, I think our voters spoke. I mean, the election I witnessed in November was as much a rejection of Obama and his past policies and his movement of this country to the ideological left. And, you know, and I'm very familiar with these flawed government systems in Europe, so-called social democracies, because what they have done is produced, I'm talking about Western Europe now, feckless leaders, entitled societies. There's low productivity because of the crushing taxes that they have, slow economic growth, and the people are finally starting to get fed up with it. And that's this movement that you're discussing in your introduction. And the other thing is that, Stuart, they made some horrible bets, these leaders. They made policy decisions on open borders, massive immigration with no vetting whatsoever, multicultural neighborhoods that they thought would create harmonious neighborhoods, and what they are is breeding grounds for terrorism. We just had the leader of MI5 stand up in UK and say they are experiencing the worst terror and security situation they've ever had in their history. So, yes, there are serious problems there.
Okay, ISIS clearly on the run, on the ground. US-backed forces just captured the capital in Syria, Raqqa. Can President Trump take a good deal of the credit for this win?
Well, this policy was actually put in place by President Obama and the military in terms of retaking Iraq and the lost territory there, and also retaking what took place in Syria. What President Trump did is he gave the commanders a lot more authority to do what they needed to do and not ask permission, and certainly they didn't need to be micromanaged by the White House. He opened up the rules of engagement so we could clearly be much more effective on the ground, and then he gave them considerably more resources than what they had in the past, Apache helicopters, artillery, etc. So, yes, he kept the same policy, but he made it work considerably more effective. And as a result of that, I think we reduced the timeline it would have been to take this caliphate down.
But what we are seeing is the expansion of Iranian power. And in the back of my mind, I think there's a confrontation coming somewhere down the line with Iran. What say you?
Yeah. I love the strategic review the president just did on Iran and standing up and saying they're the #1 strategic opponent in the region. But to be frank about it, you put your finger on a problem we have. We're clearing out ISIS in eastern Syria, and the Iranians and the Russians and the Syrians are moving in there to really take control of all of Syria. They own western Syria, and we should not let that happen. We should contain that and make certain that eastern Syria does not fall into the Iranians' hands. And as of right now, I hate to say this, but we don't have a strategic plan that I see to stop that from happening. And hopefully the Trump administration will come forward with something here and stop that from happening.
Yes, sir. General Jack Keane, thanks for joining us, sir. We appreciate it, as always. Thank you.
Good talking to you, Stuart.
Yes, sir. Next.